नमस्कार, बहुत-बहुत स्वागत है गाइज़ आपके अपने ही फ़ेवरेट चैनल केएफसीएस पर और क्रिकेट वाला पर। तो गाइज़ जिस तरह से अभी तक का टाइम चल रहा है, भारतीय टीम का जिस तरह की शुरुआत हुई है, बहुत ही शानदार, मैं कहूँगा बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त और रविचंद्रन अश्विन ऐसा लग रहा है कि अब रिकॉर्ड्स पे रिकॉर्ड्स बनाते जाएँगे। इस टेस्ट मैच में उन्होंने बहुत गज़ब का रिकॉर्ड बनाया है। ओवरसीज़ में अगर बाहर जाकर परफ़ॉर्मेंस की बात करूँ तो 12 विकेट्स चटकाए, वो भी अपने आप में रिकॉर्ड है। एक इनिंग्स में 7 विकेट्स चटकाए, वो भी एक रिकॉर्ड है। प्लस फादर और सन मतलब 2 जनरेशन्स को आउट किया, पहली बार एक ऐसे इंडियन बॉलर बने अश्विन और उसके अलावा रविचंद्रन अश्विन पूरे इंडिया के अगर मैं टेस्ट करियर की बात करूँ तो इंटरनेशनल में अनिल कुंबले के बाद सबसे ज़्यादा विकेट लेने वाले प्लेयर बन चुके हैं। उन्होंने हरभजन सिंह 707 विकेट को पछाड़ा है। तो बहुत कुछ हुआ है और बहुत सारे रिकॉर्ड्स बने हैं। यशस्वी जायसवाल ने अच्छे रिकॉर्ड्स बनाए हैं, वो ऐसे रिकॉर्ड्स को नाम किया है यशस्वी जायसवाल ने जो कि सोचने पे मजबूर करेगा कि भारतीय टीम अब किस तरह से आगे जाएगी, क्या उनके टेस्ट में कौन-से प्लेयर्स होंगे? बहुत सारे नाम याद आते हैं, बहुत सारे नाम डिस्कस होते हैं आए ओपनिंग डेज़ में जब भी आए दिन बात होती है सिलेक्शन की, तो सिलेक्शन कमिटी बहुत सारी चीज़ें सोचती है कि कौन-सा प्लेयर खेले, कौन-सा प्लेयर नहीं खेले। वहाँ पे हमने ये भी देखा कि इनजस्टिस भी बहुत होता है प्लेयर्स के साथ। कुछ प्लेयर्स अच्छा परफ़ॉर्मेंस करते तो हैं बट कुछ समय के बाद उन्हें भुला दिया जाता है। तो अब यशस्वी जायसवाल ने जिस तरह का परफ़ॉर्मेंस दिया, जिस तरह का अ, मैच्योरिटी दिखाई है, हर तरह की इनिंग्स को शो किया है, वहीं दूसरी ओर भारतीय टीम ने इसमें जीत ज़रूर हासिल की है, तो कुछ अच्छी न्यूज़ के साथ-साथ कुछ बैड न्यूज़ भी है। बैड न्यूज़ उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में है कि अब आप इस साइकिल में अ, ऑलमोस्ट वेट कर रहे हैं कि ऋषभ पंत अब जो जितनी रिकवरी उन्होंने की है, अब अपने को इस तरह से रिकवर कर लें कि टीम में अब आ जाएँ क्योंकि आप एक्सपेरिमेंट तो खुद कर रहे हैं विकेट कीपिंग ऑप्शन के लिए। केएस भरत जो है वो खेल तो रहे थे लेकिन उतना उतनी अच्छी कीपिंग नहीं कर रहे हैं, बैटिंग भी कुछ ख़ास नहीं थी, लेकिन ईशान किशन जिन्होंने 20 गेंदों में 1 रन बनाया और रोहित शर्मा का वो एक्सप्रेशन शो कर रहा है कि मतलब वो किस तरह से डिसअपॉइंट थे कि जिस तरह से ईशान किशन अपना समय ले रहे थे और शायद वो समय था नहीं वो समय लेने का क्योंकि ऑलरेडी वेस्ट इंडीज़ के जो बॉलर्स थे वो उनके कंधे झुके हुए थे, वो उस तरह से नहीं खेल रहे थे। हालाँकि पिच स्लो भी थी, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है लेकिन मैं समझता हूँ कि मुझे जिस काम के लिए भेजा गया है आपको एट लीस्ट वहाँ पे थोड़ा-सा एग्रेशन ज़रूर दिखाना था, तो ये जो था उनके चेहरे पे साफ तौर पे दिख रहा था। हालाँकि रोहित शर्मा के प्रोस्पेक्ट में भी ये सीरीज़ शुरुआत हुई है वो काफ़ी अच्छी हुई है क्योंकि सवाल तो रोहित शर्मा पे भी काफ़ी उठे हैं कि आप जितना शानदार परफ़ॉर्मेंस इंडियन कंडीशंस में करते हैं, बाहर नहीं होता है। हालाँकि पिच स्लो थी, शायद स्लो पिचेज़ में जिस तरह से रोहित शर्मा ने अपने को टाइम दिया टाइम टू टाइम विजुअल्स आते थे कि कौन सबसे ज़्यादा प्रैक्टिस कर रहा था। यशस्वी जायसवाल ने जितनी प्रैक्टिस की, वो गेम में दिखाई दिया। सिर्फ़ 1 दिन प्रैक्टिस की थी रोहित शर्मा ने, फिर भी शतक लगाते हैं। विराट कोहली अगेन मैं कहूँगा शतक नहीं लगाया लेकिन बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट रन्स बनाए टीम इंडिया के लिए, वो लीड को बनाया, जहाँ से लीड बनाने की ज़रूरत थी और एक अच्छी इनिंग्स खेले, हालाँकि शतक लगाते तो और ज़्यादा अच्छा होता। डिसअपॉइंटमेंट है थोड़ी-सी टीम इंडिया के खेमे में थोड़ी बहुत हलचल ज़रूर हुई है, होगी, मन में चल रहा होगा क्योंकि अब तो साउथ अफ्रीका टूर के लिए भी टीम सिलेक्ट हो चुकी है। तो गाइज़ आज बहुत कुछ है बात करने के लिए, आप लोग आइए और अपने सवाल रखिए और सवाल आपके लिए जाएँगे। आप लोगों के मन में क्या चल रहा है गाइज़? ये मेरे माइंड में तो ये बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट था कि अगर जो इस तरह से अभी टीम इंडिया चल रही है, तो आगे आने वाले साउथ अफ्रीका टूर में किस तरह से होगा? क्योंकि आपके तो अब केएल राहुल भी एक टाइम सेटल हो चुके हैं। अब ऋषभ पंत कब तक आएँगे ये इसका भी डाउट है थोड़ा, हालाँकि लास्ट वीक ऑफ अगर मैं बात करूँ तो कब एंट्री कर रहे हैं भारतीय टीम में जो है मोस्ट प्रोबेबली जनवरी तक कर जाएँगे लेकिन अब खेलते हैं या नहीं खेलते हैं साउथ अफ्रीकन टूर, तो क्योंकि जो रिकॉर्ड है अगर मैं बात करूँ तो ऋषभ पंत के पास बहुत अच्छा रिकॉर्ड है, अगर ओवरसीज़ की बात करूँ, तो ओवरसीज़ में जब-जब ऋषभ पंत खेले हैं तो उनका जो है नैया पार लगी है। एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा कह सकते हैं कि बहुत ही अच्छा रिकॉर्ड है, अच्छी बल्लेबाज़ी की है। तो ये तो प्रॉब्लम है भारतीय टीम की, तो उस हिसाब से जो है भारतीय टीम ने सोची ज़रूर है। शुभमन गिल जो कि 3rd नंबर पे अगर थोड़ा प्रॉमिस दिखाते तो ज़रूर अच्छा होता, लेकिन वहाँ पे भी अब 3rd नंबर पे गिल परफ़ॉर्म नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। हालाँकि एक टेस्ट और मिलेगा, तो क्या गिल नहीं खेल पाएँगे मिडल ऑर्डर में, ये सवाल है। उसके बाद सवाल ये आता है कि अजिंक्य रहाणे, मौके उनको मिले थे वर्ल्ड टेस्ट चैंपियनशिप के फाइनल में अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस किया, लेकिन यहाँ पर उनको परफॉर्मेंस करना चाहिए था, विकेट थ्रो नहीं करना चाहिए था, जिस तरह से आउट हुए थे, साफ तौर पे दिख रहा था कि विकेट को थ्रो किया है अजिंक्य रहाणे ने, तो ये भी चिंता का सबब तो है। अगर आप अजिंक्य रहाणे को नहीं रखते अपने पास, तो फिर कौन? तो हमारे पास आ चुके हैं अभिनव जी, तो मिस्टर अभिनव कैसे हैं आप? 2 दिन बाद मिलना हुआ है आपसे। तो अभिनव आपके क्या व्यूज़ हैं इंडियन टीम के फ्यूचर को देख के? क्योंकि वेस्ट इंडीज़ तो टीम बहुत हल्की है, ये हम जानते हैं। ऑलरेडी ओडीआईज़ वर्ल्ड कप में नहीं थी, उसके बाद से इतना ईज़ी तो नहीं था वेस्ट इंडीज़ के लिए इस मैच को जीतना। तो बहुत वन साइड हाँ, सब सही चल रहा है। तो ये बहुत ही जो है वन साइडेड मैच था, बट कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो कन्फ्यूज़न है जो मेरे माइंड में है। क्या इस कन्फ्यूज़न को जो आप दूर कर सकते हैं? विनय भाई, आपको देख के ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है कि इस इंडिया की बैटिंग लाइनअप में अ, बिल्कुल आपके व्यूज़ मैटर करते हैं, मेरे लिए मैटर करता है, मेरे लिए एक-एक व्यूअर जो भी आ रहा है उसके व्यूज़ मैटर करते हैं। तो बिल्कुल। बिल्कुल, वेस्ट इंडीज़ की टीम कुछ ख़ास नहीं है, इस चीज़ को मैं भी मानता हूँ, जो आप कह रहे हैं, वेस्ट इंडीज़ एक नकारा टीम ज़रूर है, लेकिन हाँ, और राहुल अय्यर कुछ टाइम में हमारे साथ जुड़ जाएँगे, आप बिल्कुल निश्चिंत रहिए, जैसे ही जुड़ते हैं तो बातचीत होगी। पर उससे पहले मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहूँगा, पिनप जी जैसे कि मेरे माइंड में बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट है कि अभी साउथ अफ्रीकन टूर के लिए जो है, इंडिया के जो है शेड्यूल आ चुका है। वर्ल्ड कप अभी होगा, मोस्ट प्रोबेबली केएल राहुल जो हैं वो अवेलेबल होंगे। तो देखिए वेस्ट इंडीज़ का जो समय चल रहा है इस वक़्त, हर टीम स्ट्रॉन्ग लगेगी। टीम इंडिया ही नहीं एक-एक टीम, जितनी भी टीम्स खेलने जाएगी वेस्ट इंडीज़ के पास, वो सब के सब स्ट्रॉन्ग लगेंगी क्योंकि वेस्ट इंडीज़ की टीम जो है बहुत ज़्यादा कह सकते हैं कि कॉन्फिडेंस लूज़ हो चुका है। लेकिन सवाल ये है इंडियन टीम का, क्योंकि अब आपके पास पुजारा नहीं थे, बट मिडल ऑर्डर में आपके अजिंक्य रहाणे नहीं चले, आपने एक एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, शुभमन गिल भी नहीं चले। हालाँकि शुभमन गिल को एक मौका और एक और ज़रूर मिलेगा, लेकिन अजिंक्य रहाणे का भी परफॉर्मेंस आया नहीं है। तो सपोज़ अगर इंडियन टीम अगर यशस्वी जायसवाल के साथ कंटिन्यू करती है, तो क्या हमारे मिडल ऑर्डर में कौन खेल पाएगा? क्योंकि पुजारा को आप बाहर नहीं कर सकते। तो अभिनव आप इस बारे में क्या कहना चाहते हैं? बिल्कुल अभिनव जी, एक्साइटमेंट है एशियन गेम्स के लिए। मैं आपके व्यूज़ जानना चाहता हूँ कि इस पे आपके क्या व्यूज़ हैं? मतलब इंडियन टीम का मिडल ऑर्डर किस तरह से दिखेगा? अगर यशस्वी जायसवाल कंटिन्यू करते हैं यहाँ से रोहित शर्मा के साथ, क्योंकि हमें कोऑर्डिनेशन बहुत अच्छा देखने को मिला है ओवरसीज़ टेस्ट में। तो अभिनव भाई आपके हिसाब से क्या मिडल ऑर्डर होगी? क्या अजिंक्य रहाणे लंबे टाइम तक रह पाएँगे टीम इंडिया में? पुजारा को कैसे एंट्री दे पाएँगे हम इस टीम में? ईशान किशन भी कुछ ख़ास खेल नहीं रहे हैं, तो विकेट कीपर कौन होगा जब तक ऋषभ पंत आते हैं? या ईशान किशन के साथ हम कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं? कुछ कहना चाहते हैं तो आप कह सकते हैं कमेंट सेक्शन में इनका कहना है गिल को सेटल कर देना चाहिए। अभिनव जी दिक्कत तो ये है ना कि अब गिल तो आपके ओपनर थे, अचानक से आपने उन्हें नंबर 3 खिलाते हैं। अब नंबर 3 में वो फँस गए, स्पिनर के सामने फँस गए, वो डज़न्ट मैटर मतलब अब उन्होंने विकेट फेंका हो या बॉलर ने विकेट ली हो, विकेट तो विकेट है और वो टाइम भी ऐसा नहीं था। और ओके, रहाणे का 2 मैच का करियर बचा है। तो आपके अकॉर्डिंग रहाणे की जगह पुजारा स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड आ जाएँगे वापस? क्योंकि पुजारा मुझे अभी भी नहीं लगते कि आप उनको टीम से सडनली बाहर कर देंगे क्योंकि ओवरसीज़ में पुजारा बहुत ही शानदार है, स्पेशली साउथ अफ्रीकन टूर में मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि अच्छा खेलेंगे। जी, तो अभिनव जी आप अपने व्यूज़ दे रहे थे व्यूज़ दीजिए अपने। जी, हाँ, पुजारा को वापस रख लो, बिल्कुल आपकी बात बिल्कुल सही है और साउथ अफ्रीका टूर कब से होगा? आई होप आपने मेरा शॉर्ट्स देखा होगा, उसमें मैंने अपलोड किया हुआ है। साउथ अफ्रीका के साथ जो टी20 सीरीज़ है, वो स्टार्ट हो जाएगी लास्ट वीक ऑफ दिसंबर में और मोस्ट प्रोबेबली फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ जनवरी मतलब लास्ट वीक ऑफ दिसंबर से फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ जनवरी तक चलेगा टेस्ट मैच का सीरीज़। ओके, या So welcome Rahul here. Actually,
No,
yeah, Avinav is waiting for you, and finally Rahul here comes. So you can ask question Avinav from Rahul also. So Rahul, that was unexpected. I don't think that West Indies can collapse early, as I will as I wake up in early in the morning and I see that India win it very easily.
yeah, very surprising. I mean, India was bossing the game right from ball one. Let make no mistake. But yeah, definitely nobody thought that India would finish it off on day three itself. It just shows. Yeah, hi Abhinav. So yeah, it just shows what a pathetic state West Indies cricket is in right now. And I mean they needed to bat really poorly to lose this in 3 days. So very surprising. On the positive side from India, Ashwin has come out to prove a point after his omission from the World Test Championship final. He's come motivated. He took 12 of the 20 wickets to fall in this match. So uh, fantastic achievement from him. But for West Indies, this is a pretty shocking defeat. Well, not I can't say shocking, but yeah, even for West Indies, actually, yes, this is a pretty shocking defeat. West Indies wasn't expected to uh, defeat India; they were expected to lose, but not this badly. I think even given the way West Indies are playing, this is a pretty bad defeat.
Yes, a bad defeat, and also uh, I don't know what happens to West Indies, why they are not concentrating in their particular format. We know that you are not in the World Cup, but how this impact their mindset in Test match? Also?
Well, many of the players who were part of the squad in the qualifiers had come to this test squad. So yeah, they are carrying some baggage, in my opinion. So so it definitely does affect the team mentally, and even for the other players. I mean, it kind of affects you mentally when you know that the team is down in all the formats. Then there's even more pressure on them to do well in the others. And right now, let's. But anyway, West Indies wasn't good at Test cricket anyway. So even if West Indies qualified for the World Cup or whatnot, even when West Indies was winning those two T20 World Cups and all that, when they had that run, they were ordinary in Test cricket. In fact, West Indies has not won a Test match against India since 2002, I think.
Yes,
It's been
yes,
that long. So uh, that kind of shows that they've been really ordinary in Test cricket for a long time. Yes, they defeated Pakistan in the past, but they're not able to defeat even Sri Lanka. The only team they have been beating is Bangladesh, and everyone knows Bangladesh is also ordinary in Test cricket. But if Bangladesh raises their game, even they will start defeating West Indies. At least when West Indies travels to Bangladesh, they will have problems there, because um, even though Bangladesh and Sri Lanka have also not been great at Test cricket, they have players to turn it around, and they have a fan base which is emotionally invested in their team. West Indies does not have that. They don't have a team. They don't have players who are showing interest in coming up and playing, taking up cricket. Lots of West Indies players are more interested in playing not just franchise cricket, but they're also more interested in playing American sports, going to America, playing baseball, basketball, American football. So these are the problems which are staring at West Indies right in the face. They're having a problem of players, what to say, not wanting to play for West Indies. After all, West Indies is not a country. West Indies is a union of like six different countries who joined together to form one cricket team.
Yes. So now comment is there. West Indies was tough team in my childhood. Yes, of course. We all not. I think my birth was also not at that time. So that is almost so many days. But reality is this, that West Indies need to start from where they end. So let's see what will happen. But Rahul, I'm thinking about Team India now. Why? Because we have got some positive from Ashwin, positive from Rohit Sharma, positive from Yashasvi Jaiswal. Yashasvi Jaiswal have so many records in terms of facing the balls, in terms of their, uh, you can say, the ability to make runs and the ability to stay in crease. Everything in every prospect, I think Yashasvi Jaiswal was better. But now question is that, Rahul, we know the history of Indians, that we have so many good players. If I talk about some players that BCCI have done injustice just to settle their team. Some players are like Karun Nair. We all know in last match Karun Nair hits triple century. After that, he was not able to come into the team India. We have another player also, Avinav Mukund. He was suddenly out of this Indian team. Shikhar Dhawan, who had the great test match, he was also suddenly out, and suddenly KL Rahul is also not there. All of a sudden, Shubman Gill is your opener, and now Yashasvi Jaiswal. So, do you think, Rahul Iyer, that the way the BCCI treated the players for 2, 3, 4 matches, or maybe 1, 2 years, how BCCI will go forward with Yashasvi Jaiswal? Because if Yashasvi Jaiswal will open, where Gill will play? Because Gill is not suitable for number 3 now.
Yeah, it's a big call the BCCI has to make. So we've spoken often about streamlining into certain formats. So maybe um, you can have Jaiswal for Test cricket and Gill for ODI cricket. In fact, maybe at this point of time, especially with the ODI World Cup coming up and Gill being in hot form in ODIs, keep Gill for ODI cricket. Don't play him in Test cricket. Let him focus on one day cricket rather than test match cricket, and find somebody else to do the number three job for you in test matches.
And big question is that, Rahul, that this is West Indies team. So there is no need to worry. You can play with any other team. Even Rohit Sharma, if not play, they can win match because they are out of confidence. But when there is time for South African tour, let me show you the schedule. Today the schedule has been announced, that South Africa tour. So if I'm seeing this South African tour, I'm really afraid. Why afraid? Because if you are playing with this, you are continuing with Yashasvi Jaiswal, where Pujara will play. Ajinkya Rahane is not in a top form. Okay, you are trying to go ahead of KS Bharat, but Ishan Kishan has showed no intent. If you are not showing the intent against such West Indies team, so how you can expect against South Africa that Ishan Kishan will come and play fire game?
I don't think Ishan Kishan should be even selected in the squad for the South Africa series. Hopefully, Rishabh Pant will come back. Uh,
Suppose for 1-2% that Rishabh Pant need one more game. Maybe he will come for another tour. Then who will be the wicketkeeper? There is also the question. We know Rishabh Pant will come and everything is solved. We know already.
Yeah, so I think right now the makeshift keeper for India to go with, I think they don't have an option other than KS Bharat right now.
Yeah, I have one more option, Rahul, if you agree. And
Yes.
I think about KL Rahul. Why KL Rahul? Because KL Rahul have experience in we are good in South African tour also. In South Africa, KL Rahul have a good record. In overseas also they can bat, and I think KL Rahul can do wicket keeper in a test match. Can I don't know if KL Rahul not allowed, then might be this is a problem for Team India. Then because if I talk about the event, uh, a year now Asian Games will start, World Cup will start, and after that we have to focus on South Africa too. Most important tour for this cycle. So we want Rishabh Pant type of player, but I don't know whether Rishabh Pant will play or not because the first Test match will be on 26th December.
There
Very
is still a lot of time for Rishabh Pant to recover. By then, it's 5 months from now, and they're saying his recovery is going well. So let's hope that Rishabh Pant will recover by then. But we need to groom another wicket keeper batsman by then, even and enhance Srikar Bharat somehow into a good wicket keeper batsman. Like make him a good batsman, because sometimes it's not always about finding a replacement. You have to fix what you have currently. Sometimes you have to fix what you have in order to achieve the results. If you look at the England test team, actually, when Ben Stokes became captain, England did not change many players. Like most of their team and squad was the same. They just played in a different manner. They changed the way they do things and got their results. So sometimes you have to fix what you have, not just replace. You can't keep on saying you can't really just leave out Srikar Bharat just because he may not give you runs like that. Because wicket keeping in Test cricket is a specialist's job. So and Srikar Bharat is a specialist wicket keeper, but you can make him do well with the bat as well and try to improve him as a batsman too.
okay. So this comment was also there that we will lose South Africa series. Not really, because if Rahul Iyer is saying I can think about Rishabh Pant also, because might be Rishabh Pant will be available. Might be because we got visuals I think 4 weeks ago that Rishabh Pant has started walking on stairs without any uh, crunches. So that is good.
Yeah,
So
those are definitely positive signs. Well, thing is, let's be frank. Last two times India toured South Africa, we managed to win a test match.
yeah,
So this is a two-match series. So if we win one test match, we get a series draw. So at least we come away from South Africa with some World Test Championship points. Even if we lose 1-0, let's say, we come away with points. But I think India needs to go for a win one of the test matches to try and at least draw the series. If
yes,
not, go on and win it.
yes, definitely. One more question is there, Rahul, that form of Ajinkya Rahane, because Ajinkya Rahane is not showing the consistency. World Test Championship final is okay, but what about this series? Because I think that was a good time for Ajinkya Rahane to play, but he was playing very loose shot. I can say Ajinkya Rahane throws the wicket easily.
Yeah, absolutely. So it might be an indication from the team that they want to play basketball. Maybe Rohit Sharma is thinking that, because ever since he took over as captain, he has been talking about batting with positive intent. The problem with the that is right now we don't have those particular resources to do it effectively. Rohit Sharma has gone from accumulating centuries now to scoring quick 30s and 40s, which uh, which is not enough for a senior player. Same thing with Ajinkya Rahane and Virat Kohli. both of them have been prone to throwing away their wickets. Virat Kohli has been getting out forever now to deliveries which he shouldn't even be touching, which he has no business even putting his bat on.
Yes. So, if we see the team combination also, there's some comment that Rishabh Pant आ भी गया तो पुरानी वाली फॉर्म में नहीं आ पाएगा. Yes, he is talking something that might be Rishabh Pant will take time to come in form, but I think the way we saw the Rishabh Pant, I think it may take one innings. In two test match, if you get four innings, I think so. Rishabh Pant didn't take more that time to come and play like you can say T20 format in test match.
We'll have to say this. Maybe Rishabh Pant needs to play some of the limited overs matches to get back into the rhythm of playing in international cricket before we go to test cricket. That's the best we can do in this situation, because after this test series against West Indies, unfortunately we don't have any more test matches until that Boxing Day test against South Africa. It's only ODIs and T20. So where is uh, Rishabh Pant going to go? I think the alternative could be he plays some red ball cricket as well in the Ranji Trophy. He plays some first class cricket. So we need to kind of get Rishabh Pant ready to play first class cricket and some international cricket as well. Maybe like right after the World Cup, maybe for this particular tour of South Africa, you could select him in the ODI squad,
Yes,
and maybe the possibly the T20 squad as well, so that he'll be conditioned for the South African conditions. He'll be right over there, and then you can bring him to the Test series with some confidence under his belt. Because sometimes when you're returning from these injuries, uh,
it
any
takes
match
time.
will do for you. It's any match that will do for you. Anything to get back your confidence of playing at the international level or at the test level.
Yeah. Okay, I am getting so many comments from Abhinav that he is saying that Rishabh Pant career is end eventually. So, do you think that Rishabh Pant is getting sympathy just because of his accident? He is not that type of great player can serve India in all the three formats.
No, absolutely not. Okay, whether he can serve the team in all the three formats, that's a fair question. But saying move on completely from Rishabh Pant, that's a little bit too much, because Rishabh Pant over the last few years he has helped India win many Test matches, uh, and he even famously helped India win the Border Gavaskar series, winning the Gaba Test match. So, and he also scored a century in South Africa last year when all the other
Yes.
batsmen were failing. We cannot forget
And
that.
Rahul Iyer, if we say about the history of wicket keepers in Test match cricket, Rishabh Pant is number one in overseas century. Tell me any other apart from Rishabh Pant who have made four overseas century, four overseas, two in
Uh,
England, one
it is
Australia, one in
extraordinary. And
Australia.
uh, let me be honest, at the start of his career, even I wasn't his big fan, and I saw his technique and said, there's no way this guy can play Test cricket. Imagine if he goes to England, New Zealand, Australia, and South Africa and plays like this. There's no way he will succeed. He has proven me wrong. He has done well in Australia. He has scored a century in Australia. He scored a century in South Africa. He scored a century in England.
England
He's
two
by
times,
far,
two
yeah,
times in
England two
England.
times. So he's by far the best wicketkeeper batsman for India overall in the history of Test cricket. And if you look at these last 2 or 3 years, we've been saying that the top order is out of form. India's regularly had top order collapses, even against a team like Sri Lanka, if I uh, remember. And so, who has been coming and playing savior? It's been Rishabh Pant.
Yes.
Rishabh Pant has often
And
played
Jadeja.
savior for
Count
India
Jadeja,
many
Ashwin.
times.
These three are
Yeah,
playing only.
in spite of the fact that he may not have the classical test match technique, he has managed to get results in this format, and he's helped the team win. And that is more important. It's not about how you do it. If your style of play is helping the team win, that's more important for the team's cause.
So he's saying that is Rishabh Pant is favorite player or Ravi Shastri. That's why he giving more chance. I can say Rishabh Pant is favorite player of BCCI also because BCCI have spent so much money. I see first time that any other player is getting so much money for his accident. How much fund the BCCI has given? They want Rishabh Pant to recover. Even BCCI wants that Rishabh Pant should recover before World Cup. So, do you think Rahul Iyer that BCCI will move on from Rishabh Pant easily? It is not
No,
possible.
absolutely not, because he has played so many match-winning knocks or match-saving knocks for India over these past 2 or 3 years. He's not so he has earned his place in the squad. He's not just gotten in by being some what to say, some teacher's pet or something. He has legitimately earned his place in the squad through his performances. So there's no way BCCI, just because of one accident, they are going to move on from a player. And if you think you have to move on from Rishabh Pant, tell me which wicket-keeping batsman has done well after Rishabh Pant. Which
That was my
wicket-keeping
next
batsman?
question. That was my
Which
next
wicket?
question.
Yeah, which wicket-keeping batsman for India has earned their place since the time Rishabh Pant got injured and he's been out of the team? I can't think of anyone.
Yes, because Ridhiman Saha is not there. So, who will be? Ishan Kishan is playing like defensive cricket.
Hmm. Yeah, Ishan Kishan had the chance to show that he's as good as Rishabh Pant, and but in this one Test match against West Indies, he scored 1 of 20 balls, so
Rahul,
he has wasted a chance.
Rahul, I remember that time. Then all are saying that Rishabh Pant is very not good. His body is so you can say he is so fatty at that time. How Rishabh Pant make over himself in 2020, and finally we win the Gava Test match after 36 all out. All the credit goes to Rahane, Pant, Siraz, Thakur, Ashwin. This type of players made.
Absolutely.
So I don't know how Rishabh Pant is waste. He's saying now he is comparing with MS Dhoni. Yes, compare with MS Dhoni in Test match. I think Dhoni is nowhere in Test match.
Yes, even as a Dhoni fan, I will admit Rishabh Pant is ahead of miles ahead of Dhoni in Test match cricket. As far as limited overs cricket is concerned, it's questionable. Uh, I'd still say Dhoni is ahead, but at least in Test match cricket, Rishabh Pant has earned his place, but put in some good performances even in ODI and T20 as well to deserve the spot. If you recall, I mean, not a good example, but in the 2021 T20 World Cup, while Virat Kohli scored a half century after the start, India got Rishabh Pant also played a good hand. He got 39 of 27, which helped India recover to a decent score. Unfortunately, we lost that match by 10 wickets, but we at least recovered to a score that we can defend.
Uh, okay, Rahul, I want to that you should answer this question. He's saying that Rishabh Pant have done only in Test match means alone warrior. There was one time, Rahul, that Shardul Thakur out, Washington Sundar out, Shubman Gill out, Rohit Sharma out. All was out at that time. The winning shot was played by Rishabh Pant. Last 20 to 25 runs scored by Rishabh Pant. Otherwise, that match can be lost. So, can you explain this to our viewer?
Yes, absolutely. Rishabh Pant played a very crucial knock. Actually, if you look at the GABA test on day 5 of the match, it was set up in the first two sessions. India still needed 140 runs to get in the last session, which is a lot to do. But reason we did it is because of Rishabh Pant's batting. He had the ability to up the scoring and get India to the target ultimately.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much that you are added us in Rishabh Pant fan club. We are proud to be in the club of Rishabh Pant because we have enjoyed the various moments of Rishabh Pant. If we talk about the England century, South Africa century, Australia, and Gaba will be remembered by his innings. Always, whenever we talk about the winning shot, Pant will always discuss.
Yeah, and in fact, I want to go beyond the GABA test match a little bit. I have the stats in front of me. So Rishabh Pant, if you uh, in the first test match in Chennai, the one which we played right after the Gaba test, India
Yes,
lost that match. But in the first innings, he scored 91 runs in that match, and India was not in a very good position. He scored 91 runs and helped the team recover from a dire situation. The second test match, which was also in Chennai, Rishabh Pant scored a very crucial 58 not out on a very difficult pitch to play on. On day one, he scored 58 not out and helped India put up a decent total in the first innings. Uh, the fourth test match in Ahmedabad in that series, if you recall, England was all out for 200 and India was 150 for 6. The game was in the balance.
yes,
Rishabh Pant scored a century and helped India get a big lead and ultimately win the game by an innings. So he has played many crucial knocks like this beyond the GABA test. And if we that same year in England, in the second innings at the Oval, India was down and out. England took a 99 run first innings lead. So we had a huge task, and Rishabh Pant contributed a half century and helped India go on to put on a big score and win the match ultimately, like a come from behind win. That was then against South Africa, third test match at the Newlands. No other batsman scored at all. The batting was a failure. Rishabh Pant scored an unbeaten 100 in that match. So then against Sri Lanka, first match, test match, scored. This was in 2022. He scored 96 with the bat, contributed to a big total. Then the match at the Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore, the second match, India again had an early collapse.
yeah,
Um, with the bat. First innings, he scored 39 of 26 balls uh, to help India get to a decent score. Second innings, he scored 50 of 31. Uh, so again, helping India. This time, helping India put up a big score. Actually went to the stadium for that match, so yeah, it was fun watching Rishabh Pant bat. He really made a big impact in both innings. Then after that, in 2022, in the fifth test match in Edgbaston, we played. I think India was 98 for 5 or something, if I recall. Pant
yeah.
scored 146 off 111 balls and helped India cross 400. And second innings also, India didn't make a big score, but Pant scored 57 runs. um, then, if we move on to the Bangladesh series, Pant scored 46 runs in the first innings, and in the second Test match, he got scored 93 in the first innings, and all of these he scored at a very decent strike rate as well. So he has been very beyond the Galba Test. Also, he has been instrumental at helping India win matches. So it's not like while Rishabh Pant will be remembered for the Gaba Test, he has played many such innings like that, which has helped India win matches or come out of tough situations.
Yes, and one thing, Avinav, I want to tell you that Rahul Iyer is a die-hard fan of MS Dhoni, and still, we are apart from MS Dhoni, we are fan of India. So he is coming with the stats that where Rishabh Pant is performing. So see the level that how Rahul Iyer is prepared for Rishabh Pant also. Even he is fan of Dhoni. So there is nothing between Dhoni and Pant. Dhoni is different and Pant is completely different. We know that Pant is different type of nature. Can say that he plays shots like you thought that he will get out in a first ball, but it's okay. If it is if his techniques gives a good result to India in overseas test match, then it's okay. We can
Yes,
play with that.
absolutely. And in fact, more about the test match which I saw in Bangalore. I saw Rishabh Pant live in that match. India was losing early wickets in both innings. They were having collapses, but Rishabh Pant, he has no fear. That's one quality about him.
Yes,
Even if situation is like 100 for 6, he induces fear in the bowlers. He'll dance down the wicket and hit the bowler for a six. He's not afraid. That's another great quality of Rishabh Pant, which you won't really see in someone like Srikar Bharat, although he's a more classical test match player. Rishabh Pant doesn't have fear.
And actually, one thing I also want to tell you that Rahul, that when Rishabh Pant started training with MS Dhoni, when MS Dhoni teaches him some skills of wicket keeping, you see the sudden change in batting also of Rishabh Pant. He start spending more and more times in Test match, and suddenly he has become a great player in history. So I think
Yes, absolutely.
uh, he's saying Rishabh Pant greatest of all time, greater than Sir Don Bradman. I'd not say about Don Bradman, but yes, almost
That is
50%, 50% I can say, 50% maybe
I
in terms of average.
maybe it's a troll comment. Who knows?
Yeah,
Could be a troll, but
uh, yeah. Rishabh Pant is best man of the Test match. You should mention here, not world in a Test match. He's the best. I think we have no replacement as such because after seeing Ishan Kishan like this, we all are waiting for the content that we will celebrate the Ishan Kishan birthday. But how?
see, every player will have birthdays. We can't celebrate every Tom, Dick, and Harry's
Yeah,
birthday just because they are a cricketer. We celebrate birthdays like Saurav Ganguly and MS Dhoni. One, because they're no longer playing for India; they've retired, and
yeah.
two, because they have made
Some record.
achievements.
Yes, achievement.
Yeah, they've made some achievements which are worth celebrating for. You don't celebrate the achievement of some guy who just made his debut in test cricket yesterday and start celebrating their birthday. That is a little bit that would be a little bit of an odd thing to do. And frankly speaking, for Ishan Kishan, even in T20 cricket, in the format which is supposed to be his strength, he hasn't done well even in that. Even in IPL, let's say for Mumbai Indians, he has been ordinary. In fact, I know many Mumbai Indians fans personally have said that Mumbai Indians need to release this guy.
Yeah. Okay, let's change the topic. I think Avinav is
Yes.
so bored with that. But actually, when we talk about Test match, there is always discussion of Rishabh Pant because when we see the wicket keeping of this Ishan Kishan, this batting, I think yes,
If
it's
we
quite
look at how
irritating.
Srikar Bharat has fared, how let's see how Srikar Bharat has fared since Rishabh Pant was out of the Test team.
Yes.
He's played five test matches, all against Australia, the four-match test series in February, March, as well as the World Test Championship final. And you know what his best score is? 44. 44 is his best score from these five test matches he has played. Ishan Kishan just now came and did one not out of 20 with the bat. So who has shown that they can replace Rishabh Pant in test cricket right now? I understand it's not a huge sample size, but when a main player is injured and is on the sidelines, you only get so many chances to prove yourself and prove your worth that you're a valuable replacement.
And
You're not
actually,
going to, yeah, nobody, just because some main player is injured, nobody is going to give you 3 years to prove yourself as a replacement. You only get a few matches, one or two series to prove yourself.
if we add Rishabh Pant in the middle order, we get a liberty of playing with five proper bowlers. Because when Rishabh Pant plays, then he can play with the lower order batsmen like of Ashwin, Jadeja. Even he can play with Shardul Thakur also. Then they max you greater batting up to number eight. So I think
Yes, absolutely. And even the tail enders that India has, you could actually see that there was an improvement in our tail enders batting when Rishabh Pant also came into the squad, because now they know that when there's somebody like Rishabh Pant who can come out and start hitting the ball like that, they can. The tail enders just have to stay at the crease. They don't have to do anything stupid. They can stay at the crease and give faith that Rishabh Pant will keep the scoreboard moving along, similar to what Ben Stokes has been doing for England.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So okay. Okay. So let's see what will happen. But we are praying that Rishabh Pant must come, and so that our batting will be settled. Let's see about call about Ajinkya Rahane. I think in next Test match there will be some positive results. Might be Shubman Gill will play there a memorable knock, and suddenly India will say that there is some issue has been resolved. But still, I think if Rishabh Pant will come as soon as possible before this tour, South African tour, then it will be better. So, okay, so now next to move to next event, that is Rohit Sharma. Especially if I talk about Rohit Sharma, I'm happy for Test match perspective because we always see him performing in India, but now in overseas. If Rohit Sharma will play like this, I can say India have the one of the greatest opener in Test match. If I compare with other openers in previous 2 3 years, average is good. 56 around 56 is average for Rohit Sharma. So I think India is very lucky to have Rohit Sharma with us now.
Yes, absolutely. Um, I think Rohit Sharma is good enough to play for Test cricket. I think maybe after this ODI World Cup, Rohit Sharma can consider maybe giving up ODI cricket as well and focusing just on Test cricket. In ODI cricket, you hand the baton over to some of the younger players, just like we're doing for T20 cricket, because let's be honest. Rohit Sharma is an excellent opener in ODI cricket. He scored 5 centuries in a single World Cup. That's not a joke.
Yes,
But if we are looking at after the 2023 World Cup and the preparation for 2027, it's unlikely that Rohit Sharma will still be around playing for India. His fitness is very suspect. He has fitness problems. He will be getting rested very often in ODI cricket, especially with the next tournament being a T20 World Cup. So he's going to be rested very often in limited overs cricket if he continues in that format. And he may not play the 2027 World Cup. It's not a given. So and same thing with Virat Kohli, in my opinion. I think maybe they are better off taking a step back in one day cricket as well, like they did in T20 cricket after last year's World Cup, and focusing on Test cricket, because I think if they Rohit Sharma focuses on Test cricket, then he'll avoid many of the injuries that he's been having during the course of 2022, and he might end up being able to play have a long test career until 2027 even, so he'll get to play two world test championship cycles with us, and that means that India would have a very good chance of making those two finals.
yes. And Rahul, you will be happy to hear that India have good chances in Asian Games. Two gold confirmed from cricket. Because if you get a news that Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka is not going to participate, even Bangladesh, Afghanistan will be not participate in Asian Games. So I think
Yeah,
India is
I had a look
powerful.
at the field. I had a look at all the countries who are playing. I think it's China and some like Southeast Asian countries who are there.
Who will
We're
play
the
for
only
first
South
time.
Asia. Yeah, we're the only South Asian nation there at the Asian Games playing cricket essentially. So anything less than a gold would be disappointing
Yes.
for Team India. I would have said this even if Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and all of those, Afghanistan, those teams were there. But given those teams are not there now, not winning a gold in these two events will be a much bigger embarrassment.
Okay. So Rahul, after see the squad of this Asian Games, do you think that now what will be the squad for World Cup? Because eventually Arshdeep Singh is going to Asian Games. I don't think that it easy for Arshdeep Singh to come and suddenly join the squad. So do you think that apart from Siraj and Shami, who will be the third pacer?
Well, we have to hope. We've been hoping about Rishabh Pant, right? Till now, we have to hope maybe
Pacer,
Jasprit
pacer,
Bumrah
pacer.
will return. I mean, Bumrah is said to be playing the Asia Cup. They're saying he can recover by the Asia Cup. So hopefully he does recover by the Asia Cup. He starts showing some form in the Asia Cup, and then he can really take us forward in the ODI World Cup. We need to hope for that. So I think Bumrah, Siraj, and Shami would be our three pacers. The Indian team should consider bringing Bhuvaneshwar Kumar back, in my opinion, because let's say Bumrah is not very fit, the recovery doesn't go according to plan, and maybe he's not able to play the ODI World Cup. Then you need to bring in Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, because Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has experience at playing this big event, and he can definitely account for any swing in the initial few overs, and he can bowl at the death as well. So I would consider Bhuvaneshwar Kumar if we don't have Bumrah.
Yes, I think we can go with one more player. I think that player name is uh, maybe Jade would not cut as a left arm pacer. Uh, Khalil, I think Khalil is in Asian Games. No, Khalil can't game. I think maybe Jade would not cut. Maybe if you want one
Mm,
left arm bowler.
I'm not sure about Jaydev Unadkat in limited overs. In Test cricket, he's fine, but I'm not sure about whether we should have Jaydev Unadkat in limited overs cricket, because if if you look at our pace bowling attack and who the other pacers are, opposition teams might see Jaydev Unadkat as the weak link in that attack, and they might target him. So especially for a World Cup, you need your best team possible. So I would definitely prefer Bhuvaneshwar Kumar over Jaydev Unadkat if we had to consider going for a third seam bowler.
Yes, and wicket keeping we have no doubt. Of course, there will be two wicket keepers, Sanju Samson and KL Rahul. Those both will be the keeper, and I think Sanju Samson will be as a second keeper. He will be out of playing 11. I think so.
Quite likely, Sanju Samson will not be in the playing 11. KL Rahul will probably be preferred, but we have to
Yes,
hope that the team management will hopefully, with Shubman Gill doing well, that KL Rahul will play in the middle order, because
yes,
that's a better position
he
for
has to
him
play.
than opening.
He has to play. There is no other chance.
Yeah, KL Rahul is a player who can do well in the middle order for India. He can get India out of tough situations, like, for example, the first ODI against Australia earlier this year, which we played in Mumbai. So KL Rahul is a better middle order player.
Yes. So let's see what will happen. And from tomorrow, the Sri Lanka versus Pakistan Test match will also going to start. So that is also quite exciting for me because the way Sri Lanka and Pakistan played in previous cycle, they are in qualifying ratio, but suddenly Pakistan, what Pakistan have done, they know, and unlucky for Sri Lanka, they lose against New Zealand. That was good knock from Kane Williamson. So let's see what will happen, and suddenly we will get the updates also. I think might be Kane Williamson can play World Cup for New Zealand. Might be there is
Yeah,
chances.
definitely. If Kane Williamson is able to play for New Zealand, that'll be a huge boost for them. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit tough, because when you don't have your best batsman in the team, then it'll put them under a lot of pressure.
Okay. Okay, so Rahul, here one last question in this video. I don't think anyone will join now. If Rituraj Gaikwad under his captaincy can take a gold, so which format you will prefer him that he should play this format? Because I don't think in Test match there is a place for Rituraj Gaikwad. I don't think.
I think Ruturaj Gaikwad has a chance in both the ODI and T20, but given his style of batting, I would prefer him playing the ODI format somehow. Maybe Rohit Sharma.
After Rohit
Le-
Sharma.
yeah, after Rohit Sharma, maybe Rohit Sharma stops playing ODI cricket after this World Cup. Then you can give chances to Ruturaj Gaikwad. As far as winning this gold medal is concerned under the captaincy of Gaikwad, I think that's more of a matter of his captaincy rather than his batting, because in the T20 squad, I feel Gaikwad's strike rate at times is not quick enough to be playing the T20 format, especially if you when teams are going to try to hit from ball one, and Gaikwad is not exactly that type of a player who will start hitting from ball one. So I think Gaikwad in T20s should be at best a third option, in my opinion. Shouldn't be a top two, one among top two options when it comes to opening in T20 cricket. But I think he definitely has a chance in opening in one day cricket. Reason he's in this squad for the Asian Games is because our main openers Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill, they are going to play in the World Cup. So Rutraj Gaikwad, leaves the option open for Gaikwad to play in this Asian Games, and given his IPL performances, he has earned it, you could say.
Yes. Okay. So, Rahul, here, if we talk about the last test match against West Indies, do you think that India should do some changes, because we know that West Indies is not that type of team that can win matches now. So, in terms of experiment, you have some players like Akshar Patel is there, Rituraj Gaikwad is there. In terms of confidence, do you think Akshar Patel should get placed uh, just to test him in test how you can manage him? Might be you can rest Jadeja, maybe.
Maybe you can rest Jadeja, or you can try. Well, of course, this depends on the conditions. Maybe try all three spinners, Ashwin, Jadeja, and Akshar Patel, because West Indies pitches have now been taking spin. The first Test match took a lot of spin. That's how Ashwin was able to get 12 wickets in the match. I would also replace Ishan Kishan with Srikar Bharat. Uh, I would definitely do that, because
That will be
uh,
unfair.
unfair on Ishan Kishan. I understand, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm not
Actually,
particular about Srikar Bharat replacing Ishan Kishan, but I wouldn't mind it either.
we know that Shikhar Bharat will get a chance because till Rishabh Pant will come, Shikhar Bharat will get a time. I think they might play with same keeper because they want to give him one chance more, maybe one more chance, his last chance for him. But I am very surprised how you can defend the ball regular intervals. That was really surprising for me, because we know the profile of this young player that he can play good shots. So when you have almost, you can say that nine players inside the circle, then why not you are playing big shots? Nine players
Yeah,
inside the circle.
especially in a situation where you already have a huge first innings lead. It's not like India was 150 for 9 and West Indies scored 450 runs. That so when you have a big lead, especially, there's no reason for Ishan Kishan to be playing defense at all. That didn't make any sense to me. I was surprised by the declaration how early it came. I wasn't expecting that at all, but probably Rohit Sharma thought that there might be rain on day 4 and day 5, so let's
And
try to
another
finish
reason,
it.
and another reason was Ishan Kishan. The way Ishan Kishan was playing, Rohit Sharma was angry. He said that what he is doing, we have not whole day to wait for
Yeah,
his runs.
yeah, any captain would be annoyed by that. Yes.
So let's see what will happen. But overall, we are very concerned about this tour when we see the South Africa tour. Even ODI, T20, and Test match. South Africa is good team. We can
Yeah,
see him in
South
the World.
Africa is a good team in all formats right now, and it remains to be seen whether India, after this ODI World Cup, will they have the guts to streamline players in different formats so that we have better preparation for overseas tours. Because if I'm not wrong, uh, the tour begins on December 10th. If we're
Yes,
taking all three formats into consideration, the tour
yes,
begins on December 10th with the T20 series. And before that, we are playing five T20s against Australia as well, in between the World Cup and the T20 series, so that leaves very little window for preparation for the South Africa tour. So you need to have uh, the teams separate so that the test players can go to South Africa much earlier.
Yes, of course. Anyways, let's see what will happen now after this test match. India have to play with South Africa, so many planning is there. We hope, pray to God that Rishabh Pant come back finally, take the place and just come and hit centuries
Yes, get
again.
back to form. Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yes, so let's see, Rahul, what will happen tomorrow. And I'm excited little bit to see the Sri Lanka versus Pakistan because they're already great. One of the player like Karuna Ratne, Babar Azam,
Yeah,
good
I am
competition.
pretty excited for that myself. Unfortunately, because of the time difference, it'll be impossible for me to watch.
Yes, but yeah, you can see the highlight in
Yeah, probably.
Sony app, Sony
Mhm.
application.
Yeah, true. Here I may not be able to access Sonia, but I'll find a way. I'll find a way to see the highlights one way or the other.
Yeah, yeah,
So
definitely. Then we will discuss tomorrow that what happens to day one. So thank you very much, Rahul, for your
yes,
time.
thank you,
It is
Kunal.
always a great time to discuss with you all the events. So let's see. We'll come with another event, and that might be possibility that Ashutosh will come tomorrow. Might be.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah. So we will discuss so many things. So till then, thank you, Abhinav, for your
Thank you, Abhinav.
participation. I know that you are really annoyed that you are a fan of Dhoni. That is annoyed that why you are saying Rishabh Pant, Rishabh Pant, Rishabh Pant. But it's okay. The time came for every player. At the time, we always say Dhoni till 2011 to 2021. That was the time of Dhoni. Now time for Pant. So time is always there.
Yes,
No issues.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, Rahul, and thank you very
Okay.
much, everyone. So guys,
Yes,
subscribe
thank you.
KFCS
Thank
for
you for having me,
more
Kunal.
updates. Yeah. Thank you very much. Goodbye and good night, guys.
Good night.